Don't let me get to heaven, Michael. I'll shoot you as soon as I fucking see you.
Wait. In your mind, there's guns in heaven.
In heaven.
Yeah.
For self-defense? What is the purpose of the guns in heaven?
For leisure, yeah, exactly.
Heaven's a place of leisure, okay, man?
Yeah, there's a gun range on there. Nigga. I'm gonna have perfect accuracy out there.
Would it still be fun if you just had automatic perfect accuracy? It'd be like playing with the aimbot on, right?
Might as well. Never miss a shot. Dead shot. Feel me? Welcome to the One Up Podcast. I am your host, El Caballo, aka Tony. Here with some of my nearest and dearest, some of the OGs, triple OGs, quadruple OGs. Got Pooch, Mateo, and Doe in El building. This nigga's breaking his neck. So what y'all boys, man? How y'all doing this weekend? How was the week? Doughboy, did you ride your bike this weekend or the 20-mile bend? What did you do?
Nah, you know what? This weekend I took it easy. I just finished Resident Evil Village. That was super crack, okay? One of the best Resident Evils that I've played in a very long time.
Yeah?
Yes. I can only it's like Resident Evil 4 all day, all the way. Just very good game all around. Like I give it literally gets like a 9 out of 10. And
Damn.
It might get a 10 out of 10. Only the longevity test is the 10 out of 10.
Is this like a definitive review?
I just finished playing it for the first time, so I don't know if there's anything else. I see I got the mercenaries. I see I got the unlimited ammo and the guns that I can lock, which is cool. But this game feels like a game that I will be beating over and over. Like this just feels replayable. It feels very fresh.
Really?
And this is coming off the heels of Resident Evil 7. Literally 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, I just was finished playing Resident Evil 7. Love that game. And then this game took it in a completely different direction. This is less horror, more action. Like which is a good formula. Nope. I don't know if you can say there's no more zombies. There's like zombie-like creatures, but they're called lycans, and they're werewolves, and you're fighting like all these like mythical beasts of those sorts.
I don't understand how the game series got to this point.
They wrap it up pretty well.
It was Resident Evil 4, dude.
Is that where it got weird?
Yeah. Before Resident Evil 4, there was 3 Resident Evils, and then Code Veronica. All 4 of them, regular as zombies. They even came out with that weird online shit ahead of their time with that one. That was pretty dope. Also, just regular zombies. And then Resident Evil 4, they came out with just some crazy ass villager shit. It was weird. But anyways, yeah. All that being said, as much as I don't like the deviation away from the zombie shit, Resident Evil 4 is definitely my favorite Resident Evil. With Resident Evil 5 being very close, even though that game is really shitty, it's just such a good co-op game that it's like the co-op makes up for all the faults. Like me and Doughy have put over 100 hours playing Resident Evil 5. Like
shit is
insane.
And the remaster, there's a lot of infamous stories. And that we learned a lot about each other.
God, yo, how about
did y'all almost break the friendship? What happened with that game?
Oh yeah.
No, friendships were almost broken.
That game has like a shared inventory when you're doing co-op, and there's also like a shop where you could like sell your items and like upgrade and purchase things and blah 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 blah. Not to dwell too long on games, but Doughy's always been a fucking like a whore for any type of collectibles. So like if we were playing Borderlands, for example, especially Borderlands 1 where you shared all treasure, he would be sprinting through the level. Me and Tony are in the middle of firefights. We firing off. You see Doughy running through, bullets whizzing past, and he's just running. He's running for his fucking life. And then what he's really doing, he's running to find the treasure chest. Then and then he picks up all his favorite loot. he throws the shitty loot on top of the chest. And when me and Tony pull up, Doughy's standing there in front of the chest, like, huh? And he's like, yeah, man, I opened it. This is what it was. And we're just like,
And he has all these
nah.
nice ass armor, guns. I'm like, yo, when did you have that gun, bro? And this man would just be doing that.
Yep. We all our co-op experiences are living off of Doughy's sloppy seconds. So, anyways, one day I got a phone call from my good friend Michael. Rest in peace, one of my best
R.I.P.
friends. Get a phone call. He's like, yo, Doughy sold your stun rod. Mind you, the stun rod is my favorite weapon in Resident Evil 5. Okay? It's my favorite weapon. And it only sells for 1,000 gold. And that's nothing in that game. I'm talking about items be costing like 60, 70,000 gold. So he sold an item. He only made 1,000. My favorite item. He sold it for 1,000 gold. I ran over to the house real quick, pulled up, no stun rod. He sold it. He was so fiended out. He sold it, upgraded his equipment, saved the game, and just stopped it there. Because obviously he wasn't going to play without me. But he sold my shit, you know? That was a sad day.
You drove all the way over to his house after you heard he stole it?
He had to see it.
I had to see. I couldn't believe it. When Michael's a troll, you know? So I was like, Mike might be lying, you know? But no, he wasn't. He was telling the damn truth. And I learned something about my friend.
He can't be trusted.
I loved every second of it. It's one of my favorite games. We've platinumed that game twice, basically.
Holy shit.
You love pretty much destroying your friend's fucking stuff and selling it and for your own benefit? That's what you like to do?
Yeah.
I think I'd do it again. Yeah, because I don't want to alternate the timeline. The butterfly effect. I need this timeline.
I'm gonna have to reevaluate our friendship though. Because I thought Borderland was a fluke. This is something that you habitually do to people. Mm-hmm. And let me guess, your excuse was it's my PlayStation, my game, right?
No. He's just like, I really wanted the upgrade, man. You could buy another one. You could buy another stun rod.
And I'm like, here, I'll buy it for you. And then he's like, it's not the same.
That's not. Mike's also a dick because he knew that was going to start chaos. So he likes to see everybody burn.
Absolutely, 1,000%.
Yeah, I'm sad that I can't shoot that man in his fucking foot.
Damn, that's harsh.
I know.
Oof.
He started a whole complication with my whole family. You don't remember that shit? This man writes on my Facebook, Mateo, right? Uh-huh. And he's like, for some reason, I was on this computer to go on my Facebook, right? I'm all right, and I logged out. I thought I logged out, or I don't know what happened, right? He had like a code reader shit. Maybe he was just
This is a rookie mistake, is what this is.
100%.
You probably hit that save password.
No, I didn't. I didn't hit save password. I make sure not to hit that, but I didn't know Mike was going to do that to me. Mike's a jokester, but me and Mike weren't there on that jokesting level, or what I thought. But he opened the whole can of worms that day. I left. Not even within 5 minutes. We went down the street to Eddie's house. I had people blowing my phone up, texting me.
No, bro. No. It was the next day.
No, same day.
We went out that night. It was
to Eddie's house.
We went out that night. And he did it on your phone, and it was the next day.
It was on a computer. It was on a computer because I went on Facebook on a computer. And we went to Eddie's house. And that night, niggas text me, family members text me, talking about, oh my God, I can't believe it. I never even thought of this. I'm like, what the fuck are they text me? I'm ignoring this shit, right? And mind you, Mike's with us. That bitch is with us. And he doesn't say nothing. He just sits there with his little fucking face, not saying the word. And I get people, and then Lena hits me up. I pick up, I'm like, yo, what's up? He's like, yo, like, you came out of the closet? The fuck are you talking about, bitch? She was like, well, don't get mad at me, nigga. You the one saying you gay on Facebook. I said, what? Hung up the phone, look on there. I look around and I see Mike with a dumb ass face on. I'm like, bro, you hacked. I left Eddie's house, went straight to the fucking computer at his house and made sure my shit was off of there. I went in there, deleted the thing. The next day I had people calling me, family members. Oh my God, you're gay. Oh, I'm happy for you. Whatever makes you happy. I'm like, yo, I'm not gay.
I'm glad they were supportive. Like that's pretty awesome.
And I'm like, bro, like
sure.
the crazy shit is that these people think I was gay. I'm like, yo, I'm not gay. Someone hacked my Facebook. Oh, it's okay. You don't got to be ashamed. I won't even talk to this side of the family like that. So it was nothing for me to never pick up their phone again. It was nothing for me. I just said, nope, done, blocked, not picking up. And I look at Mike. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna shoot you in the foot one day, my G. And sadly, I didn't get to do that.
See, this is why I said that thing I sent to the Facebook group. That's some Tony shit right there.
Yeah.
Dude, my favorite part of this whole thing is really the fact that Tony's family was really hitting him up. Not only his family, all our high school friends, everybody.
Yeah, some of them
was
too.
Hilarious. They people still make comments about this shit to this day. Like I maybe a couple months ago, I saw someone on Facebook leave a comment on one of Tony's posts that should just said BC. That was the
oh yeah, because it was black cocks.
That's what Michael put on your thing.
Oh,
he's like, I love black cocks, BCs.
Yeah,
and that was a fucking joke.
But this is the thing. I love the fact that Tony's family was hitting him up, all supportive about him coming out the closet. Meanwhile, the post that was on Facebook is so clearly a troll that it's like, how could anyone see that and truly believe like that he was gay? This shit was just like, okay, I finally have to tell the world I love black cock. I've been hiding this all these years and blah, 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 blah. He's like, that's it. Just, okay, I'm done with this post. Now just give it to me. Like, it ended like that. Yo.
Who possibly thinks that that's how anyone is coming out? And that is like with a post like that.
That shit blows my mind. These niggas is calling. They're calling my mom. They're calling my dad. And I'm like, yo, like I got hacked, bro. Like, whatever. Those good memories, though. Fuck Michael and love him at the same time. Don't let me get to heaven, Michael. I'll shoot you as soon as I fuck see you.
wait. In your mind, there's guns in heaven.
In heaven.
Yeah.
For self-defense? What is the purpose of the guns in heaven?
For leisure, yeah, exactly.
Heaven's a place of leisure, okay, man?
Yeah, there's a gun range on there, nigga. I'm gonna have perfect accuracy out there.
Would it still be fun if you just had automatic perfect accuracy? It'd be like playing with aimbot on, right?
Might as well. Never miss a shot. Dead shot. Feel me? Well, Doe, you got anything else you did, or you good off the bike in Resident Evil talk?
Yeah, no, pretty much that was it. It was a nice week out here. As you can see, it's very sunny, very slutty summer has begun.
Nice. Showing that skin.
Yeah, look.
This man always does some weird shit. This man's a walking meme.
Yeah.
How was your?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's like the Harlem Shake.
I don't know.
What the fuck? That's not Harlem. All right. How are you doing, buddy? How are you doing, Mateo?
Yeah, doing all right. Had too many beers last night. I haven't really done anything this weekend. I've been working out. That's about all that's gotten done this weekend, dude. We went out and for a few casual beers, and then next thing you know, it's like 10 o'clock at night, and it's been way too many beers. Yeah. It was a pretty solid night, though. We met a dog. We met this gigantic dog named Ghost. Big old floofy, like half husky, half something else dog. That was about the highlight of my night, I think, right there.
Awesome.
That's crazy.
Pucho had a cool dog named Shadow before.
Put up some One Up podcast stickers.
Nice.
You got to send me some of those.
Yeah, I need to get them in the mail to y'all.
That way I can start spamming this fucking city of mine with them.
And our producer needs to get us a more badass sticker design than me just popping our logo on some little roundies.
I could definitely slap those all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Go ahead, though.
They're saying that New York is getting overrun with graffiti, and like graffiti is the best part about New York.
Hasn't New York been covered in graffiti for years?
For years, but now since Giuliani cleaned the city up basically, and like all that shit stopped after Giuliani, and pretty much after like the late 80s, early 90s, they started to clean New York up like a lot.
Why don't they just give them like a specific area where they can just fucking paint?
That would be a beautiful thing.
They
don't.
And every week they'll
they-
just cycle it through. Like,
They do, but there's not enough places like that. There's a lot of artists
Sure.
in the city.
It's a big
They got a
city.
lot of places like that, like in Soho and shit like that, where there's like walls that are like, oh, you know, like my brother-in-law, right? He's a graffiti artist.
Shout
You
out
cannot-
Push.
Yeah, my dog Push. Out here in Orlando, even there's a couple locations that they let people do graffiti. So occasionally he'll go through and he tags the wall and all that shit. You know, it's just dope.
his shit's
I don't know.
fire too.
I grew up loving graffiti because my uncle was like he's a child of the 80s pretty much. Like, you know, he's born in the 70s, but like he grew up in the 80s, so he got to live that whole life like where everybody was tagging everything, the fucking breakdancing, the hip hop, all that shit. So like I kind of grew up with that. Like his whole room was that pretty much. His friends would come and tag up his whole room, and he had graffiti all over the walls in his room. And shit was cool.
That's awesome.
Dang, could you imagine the highness you'd get off of all that marker smell in that room?
Yeah, his walls are painted black. So yeah,
That's
Yeah,
dope.
it's a
though.
beautiful art. It's the art of the poor. Basically the poor people. It's like
I don't know about poor. Them paint them shits are expensive. Some good quality
mean-
paints, them shits are expensive. That nigga Cisco was telling me about the paints. He was telling me that and especially his markers. He's like, yo, he spends hundreds of dollars. I'm like, damn, like I didn't know they were like that.
yeah. They're shit's pricey, man. I used to be an art major, so I used to have to go to the art store and shit and buy shit. And I used to cop pencils for drawing class, and pencils are expensive, dude.
Yeah.
Like buying good quality like drawing pencils, and there's a whole scheme to this shit. There's hundreds of different styles of pencils, different like qualities of different materials, and then just all the different measurements. They come in a variety of different thicknesses and stuff like that. And it's just like shit's unnecessary.
Wait, so you're saying that you use pencils that weren't just number 2 pencils? Like you've used the number 3, the number 1?
I don't
You
know
don't
what
remember the
fuck is up
Scantrons? The
with that.
Scantrons are always like number 2 pencils only. Who the fuck has any of the other numbers? I never saw any of the other numbered pencils.
I done ran into some pretty poor quality pencils before. I don't know what number they were, but they were fucking in the trash can.
But who do you know has failed the test because they took the whole test with like a number 3 pencil?
I never wanted to test it. I never wanted to try.
I've always used a mechanical pencil. Fuck them niggas.
But you had number 2 lead.
All I
It's
know
not
is
even
if
lead.
you had those authentic black pencils, you had some good quality pencils. Those are hard
my
to
favorite.
come by. Those are one of my favorite. Every time I see someone have it, yo, let me borrow your pencil. Never gave that shit back.
What about that? What about that?
Ticonderoga with the black eraser too. That shit was
fire. That shit erased different too.
Yo, erasers. There's a quality to erasers, all right.
Yo,
and if you got a shitty fucking pencil, there's only two pencils I fucked with. It was the Ticonderoga, which is that black pencil. That shit was fucking fire. And then there was the darkish, like almost like an orange brown pencil.
Oh, those
the
are
eagle. What was it called? The something eagle.
The Eagle number 2.
Oh, yo,
Those are
that
good
eraser
pencils.
erases different. Okay, that. Oh my god.
Not only that, you can fuck up. Remember the pencil break game that people used to play,
I
You
was
can
gonna ask if
fuck
y'all
people's
played that
shit up.
pencil break game.
and the plastic spoon game too. Nigga used to bet lunches on that shit. Like, damn, a bunch of high school gambling fucks.
I never did I never did the spoon one.
Oh yeah,
only
The
did
spoon
pencil
one.
one.
Oh my
The-
god.
The spoon one was fire. You take your spork, because it's not a
And
spoon,
that's
it's a spork, and you bend the back end of it. So you got the spork end here, and then just the flat, and you bend it so it's like crooked, and then y'all like flick it at each other's the round part of the spork, and then the game is just whoever breaks the other guy's spork first. And that game was way better than the pencil game.
yeah.
Because the quality of pencil, like those eagles, they're not great for that game. They weren't made of wood. It was
No.
like a clay, or it was weird. It was like you could just snap them in half. They were rubbery. You could bend them like crazy. They were not made of wood. But they were good pencils.
Those black pencils will break through any of those pencils. Though. Them shits was.
That Black Panther was powerful, yo.
I think the dumbest game we played in high school was the one with the quarter, and you would put your fist on the table and you
I
slide
never
the
played
quarter.
that shit. I hated that. That's dumb.
Mhm.
I used to play that shit.
Y'all don't remember when somebody used to say something dumb? You used to have to get a scoop. Let me get my scoop.
Let me get that scoop, nigga. Bow.
Ah!
Or when people
What?
got that fresh cut, they smack their back. I hated that shit. Niggas always want to try to smack you. I'm like, nah, break out of here, bro. You ain't smacking me.
Yeah.
I'll fight for that shit.
There's a bunch of
So
dumb.
for the people who don't know what the scoop is, you're basically grabbing onto someone and like doing that, like moving, just kind of swiping across their skin with so much friction that it kind of burns them a little bit. Like that's like the intent. You do it on the back of their neck. And you would do this whenever someone would say something stupid. Like someone would say something so dumb, like, Michael Jordan played for the LA Lakers. And you just go, oh, that's a scoop. Like, you can't even defend it. Like, a lot of times people just be like, word, and they'll just give you their neck. Like shit was stupid.
I'm gonna try to. You know what I'm gonna try to do? I'm gonna do it. Brian's gonna know by now, but I'm gonna try to get Brian a scoop one day. I'm gonna be like, yo, Brian, let me get that scoop. Brian would look at me like, what, nigga? Like, I won't even warn him. I'm just gonna just scoop him. Just gonna scoop him and see what he does.
He's gonna hear this and he's gonna scoop you for even saying this.
Yo,
I was gonna say
that's a
he
scoop.
listens to this podcast, right?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, but a week later though, it's you know what I mean. We in the bag. I got time.
Okay, Tony. So what have you done this weekend?
Other than being a great father to my son.
Wow.
Already at the great level, you achieved greatness.
Already
Give him some Father's Day claps.
Tell me the greatest thing that you've done as a dad so far.
I counted to my son, right? I did like a 1, 2, 3, 4 to try to start teaching him how to count. By the time I got to 5, this man went hysterical and started crying like someone stabbed him in the chest. Fucking crying. I'm like, I was like, I couldn't get him to stop. I put a pacifier in his mouth. I tried to give him milk. So I said, you know what? Let me reverse count. I said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop crying. I was like, oh, so you don't like to fucking count, I guess. Like, it was like some weird, like, something with the numbers probably. I don't know. Man was freaking the fuck out. But I counted backwards and he stopped. And at that moment, I knew that maybe I shouldn't be teaching him how to count. Maybe I'll leave that for Emily. And from that day, I was like, it's cool. Me and him, we vibing. His mom be out. We be vibing. Singing them songs, stories, playing the old classic 90s hip-hop music. Good music. None of that bullshit we listening to today. I'm talking about fucking LL Cool J, fucking Lauryn Hill, fucking some
you don't
old
like
Biggie.
her though.
So I don't like her as a performer at concerts, but her music's good. White Clef, whole bunch of good artists. You know what I'm saying? You know, Tupac, Biggie, all them, Jay-Z's old shit. And then, some of J. Cole's, all the good rappers, Kendrick, all those newer ones. But, I'm trying to put some of that R&B vibe in them too. Because R&B is kind of dead nowadays. But, yeah, it is. Like, no one plays R&B like that.
I don't know, man. There's some local artists here in Austin that they putting out some good R&B, man. Alicia Lani, she's one of them.
The fact that I don't know who that is an issue. That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, yeah, but you're not local. Like, you're not gonna know Austin artists. Like, that's pretty uncommon. Man.
There's a guy JMSN.
Who's that?
I like him a lot. JMSN. He's a white dude. It's pretty nice. Pretty good R&B artist.
Wait, what is the color got to do anything?
I don't know.
No, I'm not just saying that
people think that white
people
don't. A lot of people think that white people don't got a space in like R&B and hip hop. I think though he felt like he had to like put his race forward, No,
that's good for you. Just the other day, I was listening to country music. Right, my wife put it on or whatever. There was a black country guy with if you close your eyes, you wouldn't think he was black.
Brad Paisley.
I don't know
Right.
who it was. But the man looked like fucking. You know who he reminded me of? Crit. He had
Cowboy Troy.
like Crit type vibe to him,
Big
and
Crit.
yeah, and I was just like, damn, this man can.
Brad Paisley's one of the whitest people.
I never said his name. I never said his name. You said his name. I don't gonna know the guy's name. I thought you.
I wasn't gonna say anything, though. I was just gonna let that sit out there.
No, let it sit. I don't know shit about country. I'll be the first to admit it.
I'm with Tony there. I don't know shit about country. I don't know shit about no Brad Paisley. I don't know who that is.
I thought he might have known this dude's name. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Dude knows country. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, he was a black dude singing that shit. I'm like, this man's fire.
There's one black country artist, according to Don. His name is Brad Paisley.
All Brad Paisley fans are gonna sun us real quick. Like, that is not true. But no, yeah, dude, my son's great, man. He's like, every day it's a new thing with him. You know, we like last night we gave him a bath, and I sent you guys a picture. Dried him up or whatever. His hair was super curly or whatever, chilling. Woke up the next day, the sun hit his head. Man has gold locks all over his head. My dad showed my dad. He's like, "Oh, that's Canelo Jr. That's Canelo Jr., the boxer." I'm like, "Hey, if he's gonna be a boxing legend, I'm down with it. I don't know shit about boxing, but I know a couple people who know about boxing. They can teach him."
Canelo a legend?
Who?
Canelo, is he actually a legend?
He's gonna be a legend when he retires. He'll be a legend.
His best fights have all been like him stealing wins from Triple G.
Oh wow.
That's my take.
That's
that Triple G.
That's...
Triple G won every single one of those fights. Every single one.
They fought twice. I think Triple G clearly won the first fight, and I personally think Canelo won the second fight. But a lot of people think, you know, it could have gone either way, blah, blah, blah. I personally think Canelo won. And I'm not a Canelo fan. And I do think that when Canelo retires, he will be considered a legend. The man's like 28 years old or 29. Like, you forget like how young this guy is. He fought Floyd Mayweather like a decade ago when he was like fucking a little boy. And it's like he's been relevant since then, but he's only like 29, 28, 30 years old. Like, he's super young. He's got another 6 years in the game easy. Like, yeah, but and that's if he wants to retire early and healthy, you know?
There's no like I don't think there's as much competition in boxing as there used to be, though. Like, there's not as the same amount of like good competition.
Yeah, I think there's a combination of that, and then a combination of like
what are you talking about? What we got Logan Paul and Mayweather fighting soon.
Man, two legends, huh?
Didn't Logan Paul knock the living shit out of what the fuck
Nate Robinson and that Nate other Robinson. Fucking UFC fighter,
right?
That man, God. Yo, the memes behind Nate Robinson were hilarious. They were clowning this man, like, how can you do this to the black community? How? And all this shit. I was like, damn.
Oh my God.
Yeah, those are good times on the internet, dude.
Like
last time someone got knocked the fuck out and it was funny.
Pacquiao.
But prior to that was like Pacquiao. But this was so much better.
They had his ass sleeping on like a whole type of furniture. It was fucking amazing.
That's nuts.
Fucking brutal.
Anyone here think that Logan's actually going to take it?
People are saying that some basketball player was like, "Oh, in the 8th round, Logan's going to knock Floyd out." I'm like, damn.
That's hilarious. I love. So boxing is my favorite sport, you know. Mm-hmm. So I get. Sometimes I could get a little passionate talking about it, but my favorite is people that they don't know shit about boxing. I don't even think they're fighting 8 rounds. I think it's just a 6-round fight.
It might be.
So I don't know if that was the joke, like, you know what I'm saying, or they're just so out of touch, you know.
Yeah, I don't know what they're fighting.
I say, you know, Logan Paul's gonna have like 25 pounds on Floyd, easy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a puncher's chance, right?
He's got reach, right?
He's
taller than him.
Yeah, he's a solid like 8 inches taller than him, I think.
But yeah, I understand.
Go watch Mayweather Corrales so you can see what Floyd Mayweather will do to a taller guy. R.I.P. Diego Corrales too. That guy's good.
Yeah, Mayweather's he's older now. He's a little bit slower than he used to be in his prime, but he's still probably one of the greatest boxers of all time. Like,
yeah, and a lot of people hate him. Like, you know, it's funny because my dad hates Mayweather, right? He respects him, but he hates him. And every time he fought or whatever, I'm like, oh, Mayweather's gonna win. My dad would look at me. Que pendejo. Like shit like he'll tell me. I'm like, why? He's a great defender. Like he his best offensive is defense. Oh, para correr. Eso sí está bueno, ese tipo. Like I said tipo, but it was a different word. But eso sí está bueno para correr. Pinche gallina. Corriendo. I was just like, a gallina's fucking a rooster, by the way. He was like, all he does is just fucking runs. That's all he fucking does. If he would just fight like Pacquiao would have just fucking knocked him out. Da, 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 da. I'm like, Dad, it's just that boxing's not about getting hit. Oh, you don't know nothing. He'll get so mad. And then every time we talk about boxing, he brings up Pucho. Hey, Pucho, ¿qué Pucho ¿Qué está tomando Pucho? Like, what's Pucho drinking today? Because he's with his bullshit with boxing, he said. And yeah, it's funny, bro. My dad's, he doesn't really like me with it.
Your dad must have loved Barrera then.
Yeah.
That was that dude's whole style. He just absorbed hits, got in close, and just punched you. We're turning into a boxing podcast.
Yeah, man, that ain't bad at all. I could talk forever about boxing.
Yeah,
right?
you put him and Everett in a room, it's over with boxing talk.
Yeah.
How was your weekend, Pooch?
I'd say pretty good. I'd say pretty good. I went out with some friends, got some beers on Friday again. Just going back and out into the world and stuff. I still playing Mass Effect. I'm playing. I just started playing Returnal. That's good. But yeah, I mean, I don't got. Yeah, I don't know. My daughter's about to start swimming lessons this week, so that's somewhat relevant. The Father's Day shit,
Fire.
kid shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I got a pool here, and with my anxiety problems and shit like that, I got a gate. So like, even if somehow my daughter got through to the back, there's still like a gate. There's no doors in my house that could make it to the pool without having to pass this gate. So that's like the thinking there is just like, I don't want no drowned kid or whatever. So, and then this week we're going to start swimming lessons. So
are you teaching her or are you taking her somewhere?
No. We got this a swimming instructor that pretty much if you got a pool, they'll come to you. So they're going to come out here to, teach my daughter how to swim. And a couple of my cousins live in the area. They're going to bring some of their kids and have like, a couple kids learning how to swim. So
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait. 6 months in the game and Luca's going to learn how to swim.
You could do
six
months?
No, they say that up to you got to wait till 6 months. If that's not the case, then let me know. I'll definitely look into it more. But someone told me like they took Shane, because I asked Shane. He was like, "Yo, when did you where and when?" He was like, "Oh, you got to wait till there's 6 months is what they're saying, and they'll take them and train them." I'm like, "All right, fire."
Little guppy in training.
Doughy was a guppy.
I was a guppy.
100% guppy.
Yeah.
I'm a guppy.
At the Lake Worth pool, right?
Yeah, I'm the Lake Worth Guppies. I was a part of the Lake Worth Guppy crew.
Nigga was pissing all in that fucking pool.
Graduated absolutely all over the pool.
Dirty
left,
ass
right.
Motherfucker.
As I was going off the jumping board, the little
just leaving a trail behind you.
Just piss.
Don't let him swim in your pool, Pooch.
It's a fact. I got that thing that if you piss in my pool, a green fucking thing comes out,
You really?
So he'll be shamed. Nah, but it was funny.
I would love to see
I didn't
that.
expect you to question me. I was trying to get away with the lie. You know what I'm saying?
They're not stopping you from later doing it. Like right before Dough come, you just install that shit. Like go take a swim.
Or is this like some 3D game, right? Where like I'm making believe I'm lying, so that when Doughy comes and takes a piss in my pool, then it does turn green.
Dude, that fourth dimensional chess.
Now you don't know. Now you don't know if I just said that to hide the fact that I'm really lying again. You don't know. We're in too deep. Like El Cool J, man, that post stick was long, bro. Shit was crazy.
What happened? Pull stick? What happened?
Yeah, El Cool J was in the movie In Too Deep with It's not Mekhi Phifer. It's
Well,
Omar
he's like
Epps.
a cop, right?
Omar Epps is an undercover cop trying to infiltrate LL Cool J's criminal syndicate or whatever, right? And then there's a scene where LL Cool J's like, yo, we got a snitch. He's torturing one of his guys, like, horribly. And then he shoves a pool stick up his ass, like, and they sit in the scene. Like, they sit in it, like, you know, LL Cool J is talking a lot of shit. But I just find it not hilarious that anybody got anything shoved up their ass. That shit is fucking horrid. But it's hilarious, the irony of fucking, you know, this guy got a pool stick up his ass, and the name of the movie is called In Too Deep. I love it.
Shit is fucking classic. But
so Tony, get us out of our longest intro ever.
yeah, no, we loved our intros.